Turn your eyes north on San Vicente Boulevard, and you'll see a bicycle coming slowly down the hill. There is no rider on this bike. Who do you see in the empty space? Whose laughter, whose love for life do you remember? Let us reflect on the true impact AIDS has had on their lives and on ours. And let us resolve that none of them shall have died in vain.
San Francisco was the starting gate for a unique sporting event today.
California AIDS Right.
2,000 ordinary people
pick up the pace to help AIDS victims.
All riders, please continue inside the festival pavilion.
Hundreds of bike riders
started a 7-day trip to help people with AIDS.
You think, God, am I ready for this? Am I physically in shape for it? And you look around, and everyone is kind of the same way.
1,800 sponsored people on bicycles riding from San Francisco to Los Angeles.
Raised at least $2,200 each.
We would not be able to do this without Tanqueray commitment.
Some of these people that are doing the ride have sons, daughters, fathers, brothers living with AIDS or that have died from AIDS, and it really means more to them than just a good cause.
along the coast, and then
at least 70 miles a day.
Ride safely. We want to see you all without a scratch on us when we come into West Hollywood.
A lot of the riders that I've been talking to over the last couple of weeks are like, I'm done training, I'm ready to go, and they're pumped up.
We have many, many miles ahead of us, and I hope, like me, that all of you are committed to staying in this until we have an end to this epidemic.
530 miles.
$5 million. Man, that's a good cause.
They are building hope in their actions to ride 525 miles from San Francisco. And they help to build hope in others by showing that they could do something no one ever thought they could.
I see this event as an opportunity to change people's lives. And people always say, well, someday I'm going to do that someday. It's like someday never comes. You'll be always, I'm going to do that someday. Do it now. Just do it now.
Really, I'm doing this in honor of my mother's memory, and also so that awareness is raised.
I have a cousin right now who's very sick, and one of my roommates from grad school passed away a couple years ago.
There's a lot of children being born with AIDS. I've got kids, I've got grandkids, I've got nephews. Somebody's got to do this.
There are not just gay men and women on this ride, but there are parents on this ride. There are heterosexual couples on this ride. There are young and old people on this ride.
The first day was cold and hilly, and I think a lot of people had so much excitement beforehand that it tapped a lot of their energy early on. But I think that's really good because it really makes people realize why they're doing this and the challenges that people with AIDS have.
Who could resist this? Who could not be here to be bathed and basked in all of this affection? Just
the energy that's going on here is amazing. With 2,000 people doing something that they don't really think they might even be able to do. I mean, they're pushing themselves beyond the limits that they expect.
It's in the world of magic. It really is.
We saw these bike riders. Mom said that they were getting money for that disease what can kill people, so we decided to come down and wave.
I'm a native Californian, and I've lived all throughout the state, and each place I go, I think about each person in my life that I've experienced at that time, and every place I've lost someone.
The largest group of people who are becoming newly infected are teenagers and people in their early 20s. The fact that we can do outreach is incredibly important because this is the group we have to target now, or else we're going to have more people losing their entire group of friends in another 10 years.
I'm writing in this event for my brother who has AIDS. Now that we've seen him battling to survive, I was surprised that it was still not out in the open in my family, that it will take his life. Nobody had come out and made a bold statement saying, we've got to come together on this one because you just don't want the days to pass by. This is one way to say we as a family can do things in support of him instead of not talking about it.
People that feel removed from AIDS or feel that it's not a part of their life, I hope that this makes them think a little bit more about how we are all in this together and that there are people out there that are really trying to help.
Even when you correspond, you can talk about the problems and the pain, but it's not until you see them that you truly realize what's going on. When you don't look like brothers anymore. When my body is strong and my face is full. So it's until those times that it really hits home.
Joel's pretty sad about his brother being very sick, and he had patched up some issues with his brother. I guess they hadn't spoken for a year or two, and I think that he's expressing his love by riding in this.
Out your window on a winter's morning, your breath is steam and there's frost falling in the sun. Cast a spell upon the road. A thing of beauty is not a thing to ignore. Great song of beauty.
I'm going on 10 years being HIV positive now. That's sort of the traditional cutoff point for maintaining health. And it's been very frustrating, very angering, because I'm feeling very betrayed by my body. This ride, you know, was very, very important for me to prove to myself that I'm still a physical, healthy, capable person. Just a couple miles from camp, and I'm feeling very strong and very bumpy. I may not be able to do the ride next year. I think that's been preying on my mind a lot as well, because I sort of made a commitment to myself that I would do this ride until I couldn't do it anymore.
All the people here are coming from the right place. They're good people. You know, for someone to make that kind of a commitment to raise that kind of money and to get out here and do that kind of mileage, you know that these people are good people.
This ride is about life. Even if when we're doing it, we're remembering people we've lost to AIDS. Because what we've got here is 1,800 people who are joined in one noble purpose. And that purpose is not only to raise money for AIDS, but it's also to be a visible, living symbol of what can be accomplished by people with AIDS, by people with HIV, and by people who care.
We've been massaging all the bikers for the last week. And we've been very well appreciated, which is really wonderful. This is one of the best jobs you could ever have, instant gratification.
It's about reaching out. It's about loving people and telling them that we're going to try. But it is mostly about life and going forward. And that's the way we get from San Francisco to Los Angeles, by moving forward. And it's a good metaphor for that.
Coming up from the beach, tears were beginning to come to my eyes just thinking about the people that I've lost to AIDS. My friends are really what this is all about for me.
It's kind of a great way to share some peace and strength and courage with ones we've lost to AIDS.
We're just trying to organize the closing ceremonies now, where we all ride in our various colors, so that from a distance and from the air it looks like a big rainbow coming in.
I felt like a returning hero. All the way in, people were stopping and getting out of their cars. There were banners hanging from balconies. Everybody knew about it. I felt like I had really done something extraordinary.